This chicken pakora recipe is so easy to make and it's absolutely delicious. Everyone is going to ask you for this recipe once you try this out. So of course you're gonna need some chicken. Here we use chicken breast. You can also use chicken thighs. We have some lemon juice, chili peppers, garlic, some onions. We have some gram flour, also called chickpea flour. We have chopped coriander and a few of the spices and baking powder. We have baking powder, carom seeds, cumin powder, turmeric powder, coriander powder, and salt. So here's just to show you how we're gonna cut the chicken. So we're using chicken breasts here, and you're going to cut the chicken breasts into small cubes, about 1 inch, not 1 inch, 1.5 centimeter, about 1.5 centimeter cubes. Does that make sense? Or 1 centimeter cube. Okay, just cut them into small cubes. Add lemon juice on the chicken. Just mix it up with your hands. Yep, mix it, mix. Add all of the powdery stuff. Mix. Add in chili peppers. Put in the garlic. Make sure you chopped it finally. Add in the onions and the coriander, and you're gonna mix it all up with your hands. This is really fun. You get to really squish it all up with your hands, and it really feels good. Then slowly add in the gram flour. Don't add it all at once, it's just gonna make a big mess. Just add it in small parts. And you can add like about a tablespoon of water at a time, just to make sure the flour is evenly and nicely incorporated. Don't add too much water at once or else it's gonna get too runny. You don't wanna make it runny. So just add in a little bit, add it on your hands so that your hands don't end up being very sticky, right? So just mix it all up. Make sure you don't have any dry bits of flour in there. So here we add in the rest of the gram flour and mix it all up until you get a nice even batter and everything is evenly coated. So this can take a few minutes. Just keep mixing around, and you're gonna end up with something that looks like this. Okay, here we still see a bit of flour in there, so just make sure there's no dry flour in there. So once it's all nice and blended, we're gonna put a plate on it and let it rest for 15 minutes on the counter. After 15 minutes, you get this nice looking batter, and it's ready to start frying in oil, of course. So drop a little bit of the batter in the oil. You can also use a spoon. Yeah, I think it's better if you use a spoon instead of your hands. So just scoop it out. Make sure each pakora has at least 1 cube of chicken in it, and drop it into the oil. You want the oil to be hot. The way you know it's ready to be ready to drop it in, it's like when it starts to bubble. So that's the right temperature for frying it. And then keep your skillet on the stove on medium heat. You don't want it to be too hot because they're gonna burn on the outside and the chicken might still be raw on the inside. So keep keep stirring them for a few minutes. You want the color to develop into a deep brown color. It's gonna take about 5 to 6 minutes for the pakoras to be completely cooked on the inside and the chicken to be nice and cooked. Once you take out the first pakora, you can open it up, see if it's nicely cooked on the inside. You can also do a taste test to see if the level of salt and pepper is good for you. If it's lacking a bit of salt, you can add in some more. And that's it. These are so good. Whenever we make these, we share them with our friends, neighbors, and each and every one of them has asked us for this recipe. So we know this is good. Please like and subscribe this video for more mouth-watering recipes coming up. Thank you and see you next time.